Welcome back, guys, to a brand new ARK Survival Ascended news update. Today we're going to be going through all of the brand new news on the update that did drop for the PC. And yes, console players, don't you worry, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the next major version that is going to be coming for the console as well, because it has been since December 21st since the console last saw an update. That is just because, Wildcard have to get the giant patch ready, then submit it. It always takes so much longer than PC, which I know is annoying because there's been ongoing issues for ages, for months, to try and sort out some of these things with console. So I'll be talking about that with you guys very soon. Also, I'm going to be talking a little bit about something to do with Scorched Earth coming in March 2024. I'm a little bit worried about it, but let's hope that is not going to happen. I'm sure it won't happen. But anyway, so if you do enjoy this news and you get everything you need to know, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you do want to get yourself an ARK Survival Ascended server, link will be in the description down below. It really supports me when you use my link. Anyway, let's get in with the video, starting off with the patch notes. So finally, after a long time, they have increased the dino render distance. I saw a lot of comments in my comment section saying, when are they going to sort something with the render of the dino render? And finally, Wildcard have updated this in their new update, along with an exploit they fixed. They'll never or ever say what exploit has been fixed because they keep it quiet, because they don't want anyone to know what's going on with it, pretty much, so that nothing else can be found out. But the dino render distance has been increased. There we go. Also, they fixed turrets targeting and firing at thrown enemy cryopods. This seemed to have been quite a big issue that people were complaining about, because a lot of people their turrets weren't working properly and didn't know that was the reason, and so they realized it was the cryopods. So that's what's going on there. Fixed an issue where dinos would visually fly up into the sky, and fixed an issue where wireless crafting resource amounts were not displaying correctly. So yeah, all of those things have now been updated for the PC. When I tell you there's a lot for console to catch up on, there is a lot. So Wildcard have added a brand new server management tool, which is for events which we'll be getting throughout the year. Now, you guys know it just ended, Winter Wonderland. It was a great event. It was the new system they're using with modding is completely different from before, of how they do events. So the next one we have coming, it was called Love Evolved with the old event for Valentine's Day, but I'm guessing because of the change of name, might be called Love Ascended now. I'm guessing, maybe. But so they fixed an issue where all users would transmit audio when the server shut down, and they added the additional logging for server management. Winter Wonderland mod removal. So with this patch, we added a server launch perimeter that will be needed when you disable Winter Wonderland to prevent losing event cosmetics / items. Now, I definitely feel like this should have been done before the event. I know I know they have to do all of this stuff for a first time to get used to it first. I completely understand that they can't know a lot of the things in advance, but I know some people actually lost cosmetics and items from this event. But basically, this new server launch perimeter, that it gives you that chance to disable Winter Wonderland, which prevents losing the items. So for hosted servers with Nitrado, they will be adding a checkbox soon /ASAP to add the launch perimeter specifically for the Winter Wonderland event. Due to the conclusion of the event, the Winter Wonderland mod will be disabled on officials. However, the removal of the mod poses potential data loss risks to items /skins earned during the event, which is just horrible. And you just need to avoid. So as an interim solution, before integrating mod elements into the core game, we have added a passive mods equals mod ID, which is obviously when you have a certain mod ID, it might be Winter Wonderland, command line option. This option will disable a mod's functionality while still loading its data, serving as a temporary measure until a permanent solution is implemented. The passive mod command line should be used in conjunction with mods equals mod ID, where a passive mod's ID is listed first. So as you can see, example, mods equal a mod ID, and then passive mods equals obviously the ID. This is quite funny, just reading through saying mod ID, but this is very, very important for moving forward with the events with the game, because what's the point in doing it this way if people would end up like disabling Winter Wonderland and losing, or disabling any event we get this year and losing everything you've earned. So this was very crucial that Wildcard sorted this out. Please let me know if you lost anything. Please let me know if you got it back, and hopefully not too many people did, because that is very frustrating. Anyway, that is the brand new update. Moving on, transfer time. It's time to talk about transfers. Now, this information was in my last update video, so this isn't new, but I'm just letting you guys know that the new community crunch is coming out tomorrow. Well, for me, it's today, Friday, and we're expecting a very, very large community crunch with lots of information, especially with transfers. They didn't do one at the start of the year to prepare for stuff, but they're planning on doing one today/tomorrow for Friday, Friday the 12th. So as the last information we had from Dolly was, as far as transfers go, transfers won't be opened on official this week. So this was obviously the week we're talking about now. We're still aiming for January, but we're holding on on sharing a date just as we spool up and test the transfer system. Hopefully we'll have the pipeline locked in soon, and we'll aim to give everyone notice, I hope, with a little worried face. So transfers not being this week, there's a chance they could be next week, but I'm not too sure. I guess we'll find out what they say in the community crunch. I have a feeling they'll be late January, just because, you know, if I would have thought they would have given a date if it was going to be coming next week. It'll be a nice surprise if in the community crunch they do tell us it's next week, but that's pretty much everything Dolly has said regarding the transfers right now. So I'll keep you guys completely up to date with the new community crunch that comes out tomorrow, so don't you guys worry on that. But yeah, that is transfers. I can't wait for this community crunch. It's so frustrating starting the new year, nearly 2 weeks into the new year, and you haven't kind of got an update from the devs properly. I think it's very crucial that they get that one in today/tomorrow, Friday. I'm just going to say Friday now. Anyway, so that's all stuff regarding transfers and PC updates. Console players, yes, I know. One thing I've noticed, console is dominating the ARK Survival Ascended player base. I never thought I would see that completely. I do feel like PlayStation and Xbox kind of dominated the space anyway, because there's more players than there is on PC. But the fact that PC has dropped so dramatically, I can't even speak, is crazy. So luckily for one time in the world that we've ever seen, console is actually, even though you haven't had a patch, running so much more smoothly than the PC version is. And I know that sounds crazy. This isn't me talking about gameplay side of things. I'm talking about how the official network is dominating it, how on the PC, there's already been so much old content available with the Steam Workshop and stuff, and a lot of ARK players have headed straight back to Survival Evolved on PC. So right now, the community is very split. So console update, you will be looking to get this in within the next week. There's going to be a lot. There's a chance it may come with the transfer update, because sometimes Wildcard hold on to the updates until the next big thing happens. That tends to what happens with console. The next console update after this one probably won't be until the center comes out in February next month. And they kind of do it on like a month by month basis, unless there's like an urgent update that needs to go out. That is a game breaking thing. So yeah, we're in a very strange place with ARK Survival Ascended at the moment. We have been told by the sounds of things that when the other maps come out, they're expecting a huge amount of the player base to return on the PC, because they'll have a new map in the center. They'll come and see the center. They'll come and see Scorched Earth. And that's all in the space of 2 months, which is great. But the fact that the island is the only available map is still, to me, absolutely crazy. And I never, ever, ever would have expected this really to be a good idea from Wildcard's point of view. Yes, the money they made was absolutely amazing and stuff, but for the long-term run of the game, it kind of killed it because it got players a bit like, you know, like, why are we playing a game that looks really amazing and we love it, but why would we play it right now? Because why? I want to go and play Aberration. I want to go and play Extinction. I want to go and play Ragnarok. And why would I wait for all this time to play? And it completely makes a lot of sense. So Wild kind of created this divided community, which I just don't think is very healthy, because you can't play on official on Survival Evolved, you can only play on Ascended, and it really does feel very strange, whereas most console players have kind of stuck to Survival Ascended because there are mod maps to play, there are mods to play along with, and that's the first time, so it's kind of keeping them hooked on Ascended. So yeah, it's definitely a strange one. I never expected it. It was a great couple of months. I'm not going to lie to you guys if I felt a little bit down from being so high, going down a little bit, just because of the fact of just, I don't understand why Wildcard really thought that for PC players the island would be enough, because they've had mods for years anyway, for the last 8 years on the Steam Workshop. So very weird place. Just wanted to get that out of my chest and see what you guys think about it. Anyway, lastly, for today's video, I wanted to quickly go back and talk about what's happening. As I mentioned, February and March, we're getting the center. January, at some point, we're getting transfers. But this is something that's worrying me, and I really, really hope doesn't happen, because we've already seen the first photo of it. Is when they did the February update, they said the center is coming with the early debut from the community voted caregiver dinosaur, the Gigantoraptor. When they mentioned Scorched Earth, they said launch of Scorched Earth DLC and the Frontier Adventure Pack, which will have players strut the sands in a Western style. There was no mention of the Phasalosuchus. So I'm sure it's still coming. I'm sure they just forgot to put that in because maybe they just thought it was common knowledge. But they obviously, back in Extra Life, they said, check out this new 3D render of the Phasalosuchus. Hear the deathworms tremble as they no longer dominate the sands of Scorched Earth when the Phasalosuchus makes its grand entrance on ARK Survival Ascended. So I'm just slightly worried. This dino is completely dominated towards Scorched Earth. And we've even seen what it looks like already. So I'm really, really hoping that this wasn't the reason they haven't put something in place for March here, is that they just forgot, and everything is still in place. It would be quite nice to get that information from a wildcard dev. Maybe if one of you guys could find out on the Discord, maybe ping one of the maybe even Dolly, and see if you could ask that question, just to make sure that nothing has changed there and it was just a mistake to forget to add it. Anyway, guys, that is going to be your full news update moving into the weekend. I hope you guys all have great weekends. I will be making a video on the community crunch tomorrow night, which will be that exact video will be out pretty much 23 hours on from today, because it comes out at 1 a.m. UK time for me. Anyway, leave a like, subscribe, get yourself an ARK Survival Ascended server. Link will be in the description. I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. See you guys then.